Good morning all, I'm Smita. In my previous video we have discussed about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and today in this video we will discuss about the respiration. First of all, what is respiration? A respiration is a process of releasing the energy from the food. We have discussed that the food material taken in during the process of nutrition is used in cells to provide energy for various life processes. Different organisms do this in different ways. Some of the organisms use oxygen to break down the glucose completely into carbon dioxide and water. Okay, this process where organism is going to use the oxygen, we call them as an aerobic process. And in some other organisms, the or some other pathways, this or they do not use the oxygen, and the pathway where they do not use the oxygen, we call it as an anaerobic respiration. Okay, so in all the cases, the first step is to break down the glucose, which is a 6 carbon molecule, into a 3 carbon molecule called as pyruvate. And remember, this process takes place in the cytoplasm. So you can see here the further what happens is the glucose, which is a 6 carbon compound, is broken down into a pyruvate, which is a 3 carbon compound, and that has taken place in the cytoplasm. Next, the pyruvate can be converted into an ethanol and carbon dioxide. This process takes place in the yeast during the fermentation process. Since this process takes place in the absence of air, it is air in the sense oxygen, it is called as an anaerobic respiration. Okay. Now the breakdown of the pyruvate using oxygen takes place in the mitochondria, and the process breaks up the 3 carbon molecule, the pyruvate, to give a 3 molecules of carbon dioxide. The other product is the water. Since this process takes place in the presence of oxygen, it is called as an aerobic process or aerobic respiration. The release of energy in this aerobic process is a lot more greater than the anaerobic process. Sometimes there is a lack of oxygen in our muscle cells. So there is another pathway taking place. That is the pathway where the pyruvate is broken down. Here, the pyruvate is converted into a lactic acid, which is also a 3 carbon molecule. This buildup of lactic acid in our muscles during the sudden activity, this causes an cramps. Here you can see the three process of respiration here. One is which in the absence of oxygen, and next two are the presence of oxygen, and in case of human muscle cells, when there is a lack of oxygen. So the energy released during the cellular respiration is immediately used to synthesize a molecule called as ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, and ATP is an energy currency for most cellular process. So, the respiration in case of plants. The plants obtain the oxygen by the process of diffusion. Okay, the photosynthesis takes place during the day. At the night, when there is no photosynthesis occurring, the carbon dioxide elimination is a major exchange activity going on. The process of photosynthesis does not occur during the night, and hence oxygen is not produced. So the oxygen from air diffuses into the leaves to carry out the process of respiration, and the carbon dioxide produced diffuses out into the air. Thus, during the night, oxygen diffuses in and carbon dioxide diffuses out. Now we'll study about the respiration in case of animals. Usually, all animals have take up the oxygen from air and release the carbon dioxide. There are different methods of respiration in case of animals. Terrestrial animals can breathe the oxygen in the atmosphere, but the animals that live in a water, which is an aquatic, need to use the oxygen dissolved in the air. Since the amount of dissolved oxygen is comparatively low compared to that of the oxygen in the air, the rate of breathing in aquatic animal is much faster than seen in the terrestrial organism. The fishes take in the water. In fishes, the water enters through the mouth and passes over the gills, okay, where the dissolved oxygen is taken up by the blood. Now we'll study about the respiration in case of humans. The main organs of respiration are nose, the nasal cavity, the pharynx, the trachea, and the lungs. So we'll start up with the process of respiration, how the respiration occurs. So first we'll start up with the nose. It has two holes in it called as nostrils, and they are situated at the lower end of the nose. Next is a nasal cavity. The air enters through the nostrils and reaches into the pair of nasal cavities. Okay, when the air passes to the nasal cavity, the dust particles and other impurities present in it are trapped by the hair and mucus, and the clean air is sent into the lungs. Next we have is a pharynx. It is a common passage for both the respiratory and the digestive system. Trachea. Trachea, it is a thin-walled tube commonly called as a windpipe. It extends through the neck and divides into two branches called as bronchi. And this bears a C-shaped cartilaginous ring for support. This ensures that the air passage does not collapse. Now we'll discuss about the lungs. The lungs are the pair of pinkish or grayish conical spongy respiratory organs. They are located in the thoracic cavity, one on each side of the heart. Okay, the bronchi are further divided into two bronchi, which further subdivides into smaller bronchioles, and they resemble a bunch of grapes. The right lung is a trilobed and larger, whereas the left lung is bilobed and smaller. Within the lungs, the passage divides into smaller and smaller tubes, which finally terminate into a balloon-like structures, which we call it as an alveoli. So alveoli are a sac-like structures. Okay, they are the cup-shaped smaller sacs, and this alveoli contain an extensive network of blood vessels, and they are the site of exchange of gases. Next we'll discuss about the breathing process. So the process by which air rich in oxygen is taken inside the body of an organism and the air rich in carbon dioxide is expelled from the body, we call it as an breathing. The process of breathing involves the movement of the rib cage and the diaphragm. So we shall discuss the mechanism of breathing here. So there are two processes involved in a breathing. One is an inhalation process and other one is an exhalation process. When we breathe in, what happens? The rib cage moves upward and outward, and the diaphragm moves downward, thereby increasing the volume of the chest cavity and making it larger. You can see it in the image here that when we breathe in, the ribs move upward and they move outward, and the diaphragm moves downward, and so that it increases the volume of the chest cavity and making it larger. So the chest cavity increases in size and it takes in air from outside into the lungs. Now the lungs get filled up with air and expand. Now what happens during the process of exhalation? When during this process, the muscles moves downward and the inward, and when the diaphragm moves upward and decreases the volume of the chest cavity. So you can see it here. When we exhale out, the ribs move back to this original position, and also the diaphragm moves back. The chest cavity is smaller. When the chest cavity decreases in size, it pushes the air from the lungs to the outside. This is the process of breathing. Okay. So when the body size of an animal is large, the diffusion pressure alone cannot take care of oxygen delivery to all the parts of the body. Instead, the respiratory pigment take up the oxygen from air in the lungs and carry it to the tissues which are deficient in oxygen before releasing it. In case of humans, which is a multicellular complex organism, we cannot undergo the respiration process by a simple diffusion process. We need to take up with the organs. We need to help of an organs and the pigments. In human beings, respiratory pigment is in hemoglobin, which has a very high affinity for oxygen, and this pigment is present in the red blood corpuscles. The carbon dioxide is more soluble in water than oxygen is, and hence mostly transported in the dissolved form in our blood. So this was all about the respiration process in case of human beings. Hope you have understood what I thought. Thank you.